find our T80s and all sorts of stuff on there. Oh yeah! Full. Yes, I did catch it. Hello everybody, I'm Mark. This is the Thin Brown Line YouTube channel, and today I'm just going to be doing a little review on something other than one. I've not done the platform, review on the platform before, so I've borrowed one of my teammates and I'm going to do it. Right, in front of me is a Cyma M4A1 Carbine with the Keymod rail. It's classed as a starter or a beginner rifle, but the internals are pretty decent. I mean, they're not the best in the world, but they're not pants. They are fairly good. Right. Starting with the body of this, the entire body, with the exception of the outer barrel and obviously the internals, is all polymer. And it's a fairly substantial polymer. It's certainly not weak, but it's what helps keep the cost down. I think these only retail at about £90 roughly. Obviously it doesn't come with the optics or the protector. It comes with a nice crane stock, which is a 5-position stock, I do believe. I'm going to double check. Well, obviously that's 1, that's 2, 3, oh, 1, 2, 3, oh yeah, 4, and 5. So it is a 5-position buttstock then. It's just me not being able to do it right. Right. It's got a fairly decent weight to it for what it is. Now obviously Chris, who's this gun actually has added the optics and the foregrip and whatnot, and I have got the battery in the back of it at the moment, but it's got a decent weight to it. It probably weighs, I don't know, I'd say easily 3 kilo, which is obviously on the lighter end of M4 platform guns, and with it being plastic, it's a good weight for it. Now, one of the main things I need to tell you is this here Keymod cell front grip is only Keymod style. Keymod parts will not fit. Don't ask me why. They could have just made it plastic but Keymod, but anyway. But it is a quad rail as well anyway, so you've got the rail top, bottom, left and right all the way around, so you've got plenty of space. Obviously you've got the full rail that goes from virtually the back of the upper receiver all the way to the end of the handguard, so it's a decent sized rail system, all polymer, so you have to be careful you don't tighten up any real steel or metal attachments too tight. Now it's got, as we go through, it's only got it's basically set up for a right-hander, but the fire controls are only on the one side. On the opposite side you've got an indicator that does spin round with a little notch cut out of it to show whether it's on safe, semi or full. It's got decent, it's quite an easy to move selector, but it's got a nice click when it gets there and it doesn't just drop out, so it doesn't take much effort to move it, but it stays fairly well, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's on safe. Now I've got a battery in it, so on semi, now I know there's no magazine in it, takes M4 Stanag style magazines. Don't know what other magazines he's tried in it. He's pretty much just bought, I think he's got Nuprol mags in it that he uses at the moment, and obviously the one that comes with it. But firing, it's got a fairly decent trigger response. In fact, actually, let's spin that back to semi. And there we go. It breaks there. So it's not too much trouble in the trigger. And on full auto, it sounds pretty decent. I don't know what the rate of fire on this, but from experience and using many other riffs, it's probably about 18 rounds per second, somewhere between 15 and 18, I'd say. In this, he runs, I do believe he's running the suggested 9.6 NIMH crane battery, which is suggested. He's running an 8.4 1100 NIMH crane stock battery, but he's actually running it under the recommended. But I couldn't tell you whether this would actually be LiPo safe. As I say, it is classed as a beginner rifle. Like I say, the stock's fairly decent. Now, one thing I will point out is if you are planning on getting one of these, especially if you're just starting out, be careful with the sling hoop. Chris has had to purchase a metal one because he put a sling on the original one and it snapped. It just fell off. So he's had to purchase a new one to replace that. So if you are going to purchase one, just be careful of that rear sling hoop. Now it's got a forward assist on it. Does nothing. It's just a spring-loaded little button to give you a bit of realism there. Yep, mag release is again only on the right-hand side of the gun, which is the button there, as with any M4 style. It just sits there and away you go. The hop up is adjustable via pulling the charging handle, which doesn't lock back. It doesn't lock back. So it just allows you to get to the hop. So you've got to hold the charging handle back, and it is a radial style hop unit there. Like I say, all the internals are metal on this. The gearbox is a V2, just a standard V2 gearbox. No quick change spring system or anything like that. You've actually got to pop the pins out to get to it, which are, well, I say pop the pins out, you've actually got to undo Allen key bolts at the front and the rear of the receiver to actually get into that. And obviously you have to undo the little bottom on the hand grip. The flash hider on this does come off, I do believe. Yep, it is a counterclockwise 14mm thread. So it does come off because although, like I say, the inner and outer barrel are both all metal, the flash hider is plastic fantastic. Good thing to know. The inner barrel actually does come to, well, pretty much most of the way up the flash hider, so it is actually a decent length inner barrel. Now, as a lot of you, if you've watched this channel before or have been airsofting for a while, you know you can pick up real metal flash hiders for about tenner, so you can switch it out fairly easily. But obviously this allows you, if you really wanted to put tracer units or suppressors or anything like that on there if you really wanted to. Other than that, it's an M4. What more must I say about it? There's not a huge amount more I can say about it. Like I say, it is the beginner style one, so it is designed to be cheap as chips, so to speak, and do the job. So far, he's not had any issues with it. No feed issues, no running issues, no battery issues, and like I say, it was only about 90 quid, which for a V2 gearbox riff that actually does what it's supposed to do, 90 quid ain't bad at all, is it, really? Now, obviously, according to the site, you know where I'm on about if you've watched my channel before. I say I've not bought a M4 for donkeys, but according to the site, it does come with front and rear flip up iron sights, which obviously he's taken off because he prefers the red dot reflex sight, which this one's got different style reticles you can have, and it's got red or green, and it's adjustable of the intensity. And then obviously he's got a perspex protector on it. Now, if he's watching this video, he'll notice that I spun that round since I've had it, because he had it the other way around, so it would hit and stick, and the last one of his broke, so I've done that. So when it goes like that, the BB's hit it and bounce off. Little trick I learned, and you can see through it absolutely fine, so it doesn't actually cause any issues with it being on an angle. Let's pop that back on. But that's that, yeah, like I say, yeah, oh, and yeah, he's stuck a cheap little foregrip on the front of there just to give him a bit more dexterity as he's running around corners and stuff. Like I say, it's doing him good so far. Not my personal preference, M4s, but he wanted something to get him going rather than renting guns or borrowing one off us. So yeah, to get it for the price, and I'll say how well it performs, he's actually done pretty damn well. So I can't really judge him on that one. So pretty much, yeah, that's basically it for now. Got some more weird and wonderful stuff coming up next week. I'm not sure actually. Next week I think we may have something a little special for you. It'll be the following week. I'll be doing one of me weird and wonderful build reveals. Some of you might want to hang me for that one. Others will think it's absolutely marvellous. But we shall see. Don't kill me. But anyway, for now, yeah, thanks for watching.